everyone. Today I'm feeling a bit frustrated with things not really going my way, so I thought you might be interested in seeing what I do when I get a bit frustrated. First of all, I stop everything that was frustrating me. In this case, just computer work and some business stuff. I won't go into the details, but I just stop everything and I come to my studio and to my art journal and I just go nuts. So what I'm going to do is basically grab any stamp that I've got, anything. Basically, if you're frustrated as well, then you don't really want to think about what you're going to do. So I'm just going to grab all random stamps. Most of them are ones that I've handcuffed, but it doesn't matter. Grab whatever you've got. And an ink pad, doesn't matter what color, as long as it's going to stick to your page. And I'm just going to randomly apply stamps in any fashion. Basically, no thinking, just stamping various kinds of designs and patterns and no care. Let's get started. As you can see, I'm just going nuts with my stamps and not really caring about what I'm doing. One thing that I recommend though, if you want the result to be fairly uniform, is just to choose stamps that have the same line thickness, if that makes sense. So as long as nothing's too chunky or too thin and that all the stamps sort of have a similar pattern, not pattern, but thickness is, I think that's the only way I can describe it. I hope it makes sense. But if you sort of keep that in mind, then it'll just ensure that it all looks kind of uniform and reasonably pretty in the end. So good luck and enjoy the process. Right, well, I feel a little bit better already. And my arms hurt a little bit from pressing down because I'm so unfit. But the main thing is I feel a bit better. So what I've got now is basically 2 pages filled with pattern and designs of all kinds. Looks really messy, but I don't know, it's kind of cool at the same time. Then you think I'll just show you close up. Kind of looks like I've doodled stuff all over the page, but pretty quickly then. And well, because I used a StazOn ink pad that's hopefully going to stay on, then I could just add some color straight to it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a color first. So if you do the same, pick a color that makes you happy because we're trying to get rid of that frustration. So I'm gonna go with some magenta to start with. Straight from the tube on your finger and rub it in. Beautiful, luscious color, absolutely amazing. Oh. Color has got a huge impact on me and of course on my work, and you know, just spreading hot pink like this on my pages makes me happy. So I feel like a breeze of fresh air that's coming through. Okay, that's all I'm doing, just spreading it. Big patch. Now it looks like I've murdered someone. Okay. Baby wipes. Just gonna clean that before anyone comes and rings the doorbell and think that I really have killed someone. And I'm going to pick a color that is going to go well with this magenta, so I don't have to worry about blending the colors together and creating mud. So, well, I could go with lots of different colors, obviously. Yellow would be great. Orange would be great. Maybe orange. Let's go for orange. Because orange and magenta, very fiery colors. That kind of match the frustration that we are feeling today. Well, today. Not today, just, 5-10 minutes, maybe an hour frustration. There's no point dwelling on, situations and issues that make you unhappy, because it's not going to make them go away. And the more you focus on them, the more frustrated and angry you get. So that's why I like to step away and do something completely different, something that makes me happy and that will balance out this frustration and get rid of it, so I can come back to whatever I was doing before with a fresh mind and a more objective point of view. At least that's the goal. I can't promise that it will work, but we'll see. No, I know it will work. Okay, so orange and pink, absolutely beautiful together. I think a bit of yellow would be nice too, just to do those little corners here. Let's see. Put that away. Now, a bit of yellow. I mean, surely that if that doesn't make you happy, this yellow, I don't know what will. So the good thing about applying the paint this way is that it's very intuitive, so you don't have to think too much. You're just reconnecting with your body through touching the paint and spreading it, which is really lovely. And if you use bright colors and they make you happy, like, they make me happy, then I think this process will help you too. So I'm just spreading it on those areas here when there's no paint yet. Got nothing interesting in the back of those pages, so it doesn't matter if I spread some on there. And then the good thing as well is that these paints are not very opaque, and I'm applying them in layers that are not too thick, so I can still see the mess of stamps that I've created in the background. But it actually looks pretty cool now, I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, I'll let you on a secret. I knew it was going to work out. I have done this before, once or twice. So I know it works. For me anyway. So I'm just spreading more paint, especially into the grooves there. I'm sort of getting to the end of my art journal here. So it's a little bit harder on those last pages to get in there. Bit more than here. Okay, I think that's enough paint now. Maybe a little bit more in this corner here. I feel better. I've got vibrant colors, patterns, and it wasn't even hard, so can't really complain. Now I'm going to dry this off quickly and I'll be right back. Next, I'm going to use more stamps since I already have them out. And I'm going to pick just one or some that I already used in this background, but I'm going to use some white this time to contrast a little bit with what I've got here. And I'm going to stamp the white on the darker colors so it stands out. So in this case, the pink. Again, using the same one. Okay, don't have to be perfect. Actually, I'm going to make it a bit less neat. The white obviously doesn't stand out that much on top of the lighter colors, the yellow and orange. I'm not going to bother stamping them too much. And then I'm going to dry this off. Now I'm going to pick some more vibrant colors that will contrast with those existing ones in the background. So anything like blue, green will work great. I'm going to start with maybe some blue actually. Let's see. Some of this light blue. Of course the colors are transparent, so I'm not going to get a perfect blue unless I apply it quite thick, but I'm just going to go nuts and again, remember, no thinking. We're in frustration release mode. So I'm just blah, 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 blah. I don't want to be in my head. So I try to avoid thinking too much. Then we can just have the same kind of fun with maybe some of this lime green. It's going to blend in a bit too much with the yellow and orange, but anyway, I'll put a little bit on top of the pink so it stands out there instead. Basically just remember that, you know, even if it doesn't look pretty, who cares? This is your art journal, you do whatever with it, you know? And if you don't like it, you let it dry and you cover up and start again. You can't really go wrong. Okay, let's pick another color. Maybe some red or purple. Yeah, I'm feeling purple. So it's really not hard. I'm just tapping my fingers a little bit everywhere here. Not thinking, try not to put my sleeves in the paint, but you know what it's like having your clothes just covered in paint. You understand my predicament, I'm sure. Okay, let's dry this off. Okay, that's dry. So next I'm going to add a few more marks, just with acrylic paint still. And I'm going to use this little rubber tool that I've got from, I don't even know where I got this from. I think I bought this probably 15 years ago when it was all the rage to paint and sponge your walls and stencil them and all of that. So I'm not sure, but I'm sure you could find something similar, but it just has little indents to create different patterns. So it looks pretty new. I don't think I've ever used it. So I'm going to grab a little bit of white paint and then we'll see what it looks like. I'm just going to use this little one here. So it's like a fork actually a little bit. And you can create lines with it. Be good for texture. And spreading it everywhere on your journal is also an option. Got a bit of excited here. So we could clean this off. Bear with me. So good. Alright. I won't go so close to the edges. So I'm just gonna really just grunge it up. So if you do want to do something similar to release your, frustration or anger or negative feeling, obviously, you know, you're not going to be able to recreate the exact same I'm doing here, but the goal is to watch the process, not the final product. So basically, what I suggest is just to just go crazy on your page, basically, without thinking too much. Have fun with it and see what turns out, but really the result is not the focus. Okay, I think I've grunged it up enough. I'll just move this paint around here so it doesn't look too much like it's symmetrical here. And I'm going to dry this and see if I want to add another step. Actually, maybe a little bit more here. Okay, drying time. All right, it's all dry. One thing I just want to emphasize again is use what makes you happy. So if bright colors don't really make you happy, you know, not like me, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Each to their own. Just use colors that do make you happy. If they're more pastels, then use that. If they're darker colors and you feel really dark on the inside, just use that as well. Whatever makes you feels right in the moment. And if writing is a way for you to release energy as well, or negative energy, then write. You know, just write on your painting at any point of this process. I could have written anything. Actually, I'm going to do some right now to show you, but you could use something like a thin marker pen, like a Uni-Posca pen, and just write whatever you need on there. It doesn't have to be legible because it's for you anyway, but you know, you could just write in very messy handwriting and something like, you know, I feel angry because I don't like when things don't go my way. I like being in control of my life. And there. All right, so I mean, you know what I've written here because I told you. It's not nothing overly exciting, but that kind of sums up why I was feeling frustrated. And you can't really see or read what I've put on there. But if you happen to have written something on there that you don't want people to see later on, then just grab a bit more paint after you finish writing and just add a little bit more. That's just covering up a little bit of that wording. And you can use different colors. That way the writing becomes part of your background and it stays private. And at the same time, you've released your frustration by writing down what was bothering you. So, win-win all around. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of that yellow that made me happy earlier. And I repeat, just look at the process, not the final result, which does not have to be pretty. So, Not the destination that counts, it's the journey. And that's very true, especially in your art journal. So a little bit of yellow here. Again, not thinking, just spreading the paint in random patches of color. And I am going to stop now. As you can maybe tell from the sound and the pace, actually more the pace of my voice, I feel a lot calmer. I don't feel so on the inside, which was what I was aiming at changing. And I'm actually quite happy with my background here. It looks good. Well, background, it could be a finished journal spread. You can leave it like that if you like, or you could just let it dry and use it later on as the background of a new page. Basically, that's the starting point of a new page spread. So since I can't really speak anymore, I think it means I've just released this energy and I feel a lot better. And I'm going to have a little walk outside, a bit of food, and then I'll feel all good and ready to get back to what I was doing before, which was working on my book, which will happen eventually, even though it's not always smooth, but bear with me. I'll get there eventually. All right, this is all for today. Well, that is all for today, I should say. I hope you've enjoyed this process and watching how I release my frustration. I hope that it's going to help you as well, doing the same on your side. Definitely let me know if it's helped in any way. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye for now, guys. I'll send you lots of love and sunshine from all the way from Australia. Bye, guys.